Hi and welcome back to my Devlog series. My name is Federico Lentini and I'm currently working on a game called The New Rider. For those who are new, it's basically a 3D platformer, first person set in space, and you have to reach the end by moving from the platforms and not colliding with the obstacles or falling down. So in this devlog I want to talk about what I did in the last 2 weeks. The first thing that I did this week was concentrating on the performance of the game, more specifically how fast the game is going and how to make it faster. There are several techniques that you can apply to make your game faster, such as occlusion cooling, object pooling, and CPU and GPU optimization. The first one that I focused on was occlusion cooling. That is basically a functionality that allows you to render only the objects that are seen in the camera, so to reduce the amount of work that the CPU has to do. Quick tutorial part for who's interested. To apply occlusion cooling, you have to go Window, Rendering, and select occlusion cooling. Then go to the occlusion cooling panel and select Bake. Now you can see that the scene is baking, and when it's finished, to see the result, you have to select the camera and in the occlusion cooling panel select Visualization. And you can see that when the camera is looking at the objects, everything is rendered correctly, but in the moment that the camera moves away, the objects disappear. This functionality is very useful because it improves exponentially the performance of the game, especially on the bigger and more complex games. Another useful technique is using the profiler. The profiler is a tool that you can use to get performance information about your game. The profiler gathers data based on the performance of your game in certain areas, such as CPU usage, rendering, and audio. It's very useful to identify the area where the performance needs some improvements. Specifically, you can check whether it is the CPU or the GPU that is causing the lag, and consequently optimize them. If you're interested in these subjects, I will leave some link in the description that I found useful. Another thing that I focused on was implementing a basic settings menu with some simple UI for the music and for the resolutions. The second thing that I did was improving the menu scene, hopefully for the last time, and all of the UI of the winning, lose, and pause panels. I chose this orange color at the moment because it seemed to fit the game style better, and I quite like how it is right now. I also started polishing a bit the game. I completely redone the first level tutorial, which I added some animation to the text, and I modified the colors of the level. In fact, now there are several colors of the background cubes and of the platforms. I also improved a bit the other levels. Specifically, I modified some structure and some colors combinations. I tried to change a bit the velocity of the player and playing around with the mechanics and the values to find a better combination. The last thing that I did was implementing some velocity particles that helps to add a movement sensation. I know it's not a lot of progress, but in the last week I've been very busy with school and I didn't have much time to work on the game. Thanks a lot for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and consider subscribing. Also, if you want, you can join my Discord server, and see you in the next video.